Alright, I am LQ, and this is the LQ Review. I am here to talk about all the geeky things that we love to talk about: movies, video games, comic books, TV shows, everything that we love to talk about. We talk about it here on the LQ Review. Today, I'm doing a movie review. This movie review is going to be a little bit different. This movie review is a movie of a Disney Channel original movie that I was able to sit down and watch with my daughter last night. Kim Possible. Some background on me, the reviewer. I never watched the Kim Possible cartoon. Number one, I was a boy. Number two, I was a little old when it came out. It just wasn't, obviously I never watched it. But just because it's a Disney original movie, that does not automatically put me in a situation where I'm going to give it a negative review. I liked High School Musical 2 for what it was. I'm never going to sit down on my own and watch High School Musical 2. But if my daughter wants to watch it, sure, I'll sit down with her and watch it and I won't hate myself. I didn't care for the first one. I thought the third one was trash. But if she wants to watch the second one, yeah, let's sit down and watch it and we can have a good time together watching this. Same thing with Descendants. I didn't like the first Descendants. The second one, yeah, like I said, I'm never going to turn it on myself and watch it. But if my daughter wants to watch it with me, I'm going to sit down and watch it with her, and I'm not going to be too bored. It wasn't a horrible movie. I would give it a positive review. So, I'm not above giving a Disney movie that's not made for me a positive review, because I'm trying to review it through my daughter's eyes. Did she like it? She loves Descendants 2. She also likes Descendants 1, which I didn't care for. So, look, when I'm watching Kim Possible, I'm watching it understanding that it's not made for me. It's not a movie that I'm going to ever sit down and watch on my own without my daughter. But did I have a good time watching it with my daughter? That's the question. Could I sit down and watch this movie with my daughter multiple times and not hate myself for having to do it? So, we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, and then I'm going to give it the rating. So, the good. The girl that played Athena was fantastic. She did a great job, lots of screen presence, and she did a wonderful job portraying this conflicted character. I don't want to get into spoilers for, you people who really care about Kim Possible. But she was a conflicted character in this movie. Let's see, the comedy. Okay, so when I was watching this, my wife actually made the comment that I laughed at that movie more than I laugh at most other movies. And I did. I laughed at this movie probably the first half hour. I laughed a lot at this movie because there was some really funny jokes in it. Patton Oswalt had a really funny cameo as a villain, and he made a lot of funny jokes. The first half hour had a lot of really funny jokes in it. And then it died off, and it kind of stopped being funny. Either it stopped being funny or the shtick wore off. But the first half hour, I was laughing. I was laughing, and I was having a good time. Another good, the boy that plays Ron Possible. He's the main character in the Goldbergs, the TV show The Goldbergs. He was good in this. He was funny. He had a lot of laughs. He elicited a lot of laughs from me, and he had the most screen presence from anybody in the movie. Probably because he has the most experience. He has the most experience in comedy. But he carried the scenes that he was in. And like I said, that first half hour, he had a lot of the jokes that really made me laugh. Let's talk about the bad. So the girl that played Kim Possible, she was the main character, obviously. Kim Possible is the name of the movie. But she was the least talented of the main characters, of the main actors. The actor that played Kim Possible was the least talented of the main actors. So that really stuck out, and it was really obvious while I was watching the movie. She's surrounded by people that has more talent than she does. That's just the way it is. So, when there was a scene that relied on her acting ability, it didn't work for me. The villains didn't work for me. Now, I did some digging after I watched the movie, and I found out that they were villains from the original TV show. But overall, they didn't work for me. They were generic. They were dumb. They were your average inept villains. So they didn't work for me either. Would I watch this movie again with my daughter? I mean, if she really wanted me to, yeah. But here's the dig. She's not going to want me to. Like me, she was in this movie probably the first half hour, 45 minutes, and then I could tell she was getting bored. You know, you talk about Descendants and Descendants 2, you talk about High School Musical 2. She's in that. She's in those movies from the moment you press play all the way through the credits. In this Kim Possible movie, she was in it the first half hour, 45 minutes, and then you could tell she got bored. She wanted to get out some toys, she wanted to do this, she wanted to do that, she wanted to start playing around. So it didn't work for her either. So that's where my problem comes. If it was a movie that I got bored of half hour in, but she was into it, and then after the movie was over, her and I could talk about it and laugh about it and act out some scenes together and just make jokes about the movie in a good way, I would have given this a thumbs up. I would have been like, mission accomplished. My daughter loved this, and now we had some fun together because of it. But it didn't hold her attention. Like I said, the first half hour she was out. Maybe 45 minutes, and then she was out. So for me, the movie didn't work. It didn't work for me, and it didn't work for my daughter. And that's the important piece. It didn't work for her, so it didn't work for me. So I got to give this a sad face emoji. Fingers crossed when Descendants 3 comes out later this year. That's going to be a Disney Channel win. But Kim Possible didn't work. So that's my review of the live-action movie Kim Possible. I know it's not for me. And it's not for probably most people who are going to be visiting my channel, but some of you might have kids like I do, and this is my honest take on it: is that it's not worth it. It's not worth sitting down, sit down and watching this. Go revisit Descendants. Go revisit Descendants 2. You're gonna have more fun than with Kim Possible. The first half hour was funny. There was a lot of laughs, but then it really got monotonous and kind of boring. I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Subscribe to my channel. You can find me at the LQ Review on Facebook. And as always, thank you for visiting me here, where we talk about all the nerdy, geeky stuff that us nerds and geeks love to talk about. Thanks.